So you mentioned that long-term mindset, and that is so important to have, especially in real estate investing, especially in large commercial real estate. Is this how you envisioned it, say 5 years ago when you were starting out? Did you want to have this big empire that you've built, or was it a situation where you're seizing opportunities as they come and just has it gotten bigger than you ever thought it was? Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, good question. So we did want to be very big from the very beginning. Like before we even had a deal, my goal was to have 1,000 units in the first 12 months. And when I told people that, they just thought it was ridiculous. And I was full of it. So it seemed very ambitious, I think, at the time. But my whole thing was that when I took the leap to quit the job, John, I was thinking about it. And when I was trying to assess what I was going to do, like flipping homes, mobile home parks, the reason I ultimately chose syndication is because I told myself, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going all in, if I'm willing to blow all the money I've saved the last several years, then I want the upside to be so enormous that I know it was worth it. I want to be a billionaire. That was my goal. And so I'm not going to do something unless it's big time. That's what I was trying to tell myself. Okay. And I wasn't necessarily, to be honest, I did not think we would scale this fast at this moment in time where we are now. And I didn't have concrete goals like 3 to 5 years out. I was just trying to get to 1,000 units. Okay. And then 2,000 units. And a lot of it wasn't even units based. It was like, let's build infrastructure, make sure we can make these perform. And we knew if we kept doing the right thing and being consistent and building infrastructure, then we could start to exponentially scale. And so I think as we started to grow and as we started to learn, I think it gave us more confidence and it started to make us believe that we could become bigger. I think even every few months, our goals may get bigger because we start to see what's possible and we start to learn more. When we say, okay, we can create this company to help support this other company and have control of this. And so initially, I didn't plan on creating our own property management company in the beginning because I had heard from everybody, they're like, oh yeah, you just focus on raising the money, buying the deal. You can hire this third party property management. They do everything. They do a great job. You just got to manage the manager. Everybody says. Then you get around 1,500, 2,000 units and the third party property management starts falling apart. And we used 4 different companies, right? And we got to the point where like, we can't have this anymore. Like we have to have full control. We have to be able to pay these people better, give them better bonuses, better benefits so we can recruit and retain the best people. So I think a big part of our success, I think on the outside, people think, oh, these guys just blew up out of nowhere so quickly. It honestly feels like it's been 10 years. And it's crazy. It's only been 5 years looking back. But I think a big thing that we've done is that we try to be very proactive and have forward-looking vision for whatever our vulnerabilities may be. And if we feel like we have exposure somewhere that could harm the company, we try to get ahead of it and we'll quickly pivot and invest money, hire that position, start that company, change a process in order to protect ourselves and be efficient there. And so we first took construction management in-house and we never planned to do that. Okay, so we were doing our own construction management with our staff, with sourcing, bidding out, managing construction crews daily on site. And then we took property management in-house. And then we started building out a full accounting team and a financial planning and analysis team and investor relations. So we started doing all these different things. Like right now, this has been going on for almost a year now, where we hired these software engineers to create our own investor portal because all these different portals we talked to didn't have the customization that we want. And we've talked to all of the major ones you've heard of. And so that'll be done here probably by Q3. So we're going to have our own portal, and that costs several hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that built out. But all these things that we're doing we're trying to say, what do we think makes the most sense for what we do? And can we use vendors or third parties to get there? Which you can, but I think at a certain point for almost everything, if you have the resources and you are willing to commit to what it takes, you can bring it in-house. And so I think that's the biggest thing is we're always trying to become stronger, more efficient operationally to support scale. Because we know if we have the infrastructure, then the results will come. And when the results come, more equity comes and reputation builds and you can keep growing. And so I think that our goals continue to get bigger because we just see what's possible and what it takes. And I also think that in order to stay hungry and excited, you need to keep having bigger goals. You need to keep having bigger challenges because I think the biggest thing you could do, the biggest mistake anybody can make in any business is you get complacent or you get satisfied or you get fat and happy, whatever you want to call it. And then you stop working hard and then you fall off, right? And you get caught by your competition. And so for us, we want to stay hungry, humble, focused, and keep growing and don't take anything for granted because we know how hard it is to compete at this level.